One of the most anticipated new tools to come out of the Milwaukee NPS this year was the M18 fuel cordless table saw, running on Milwaukee's new 12 amp hour HD batteries. A few weeks ago, we got our hands on the saw and immediately brought it over to AJ Delancey at AD Enterprises. We asked AJ to put the saw to work on the job site so we can get some real-world feedback. Here's AJ with our insider's look at this all-new battery-powered job site saw.
Before taking it on the job with him, AJ got familiar with the saw and its features in his home garage. After that, it was off to the job site.
My name's AJ Delancey, and actually we work for AD Enterprises, and we're framing up the new Balance Family Academy here. Currently working on the roof structure and the overhang here for the soffits. Framing up the entire building.
What table saw do you normally use on the job?
We usually the Bosch table saw on the gravity rise stand, and it's a workhorse. I mean, it does a fantastic job. But
moving from a corded table saw to now a cordless one, what have been some of like the major differences?
Definitely. Well, this thing has a surprising amount of power. Actually, there's no loss in power. I can do everything with this saw that I can with the other one. The only drawback I find is the runtime when making long rips on 14 and 16 foot boards isn't quite what I thought it would be. But I mean, if you got a couple batteries on site, I don't think that'd be an issue necessarily. I mean,
so you've had the saw on the job site for about a week now. How do you like it?
Actually, it's been great having this lightweight portable saw. It's surprisingly powerful. I mean, it's great to be able to pick this thing up and take it to where the work is rather than dragging the material right where your saw is. We always keep a table saw on site, and it kind of becomes the heart of the job site. But this is great. We can take this to wherever we need it, and it only takes a minute.
So you've been working with the 9 amp hour batteries for quite some time now. How do you like these new 12s?
Absolutely, yeah. And the 9 runs it fine. It definitely drops. The power drops off much more rapidly. The performance drop, I would say. The 12, it just goes and goes. It's like 100% power up until the very end. It's kind of surprising, and it's definitely a big upgrade.
Dust collection is a big part of your job. How do you think this handles dust collection?
Well, dust collection is another big plus that I find. The dust collection on this is exceptional, and it has to do with there's a canvas dust shroud around the housing inside, and that's something I think all manufacturers should take note of, because I love the Bosch and everything, but when a lot of times we do indoor restaurant remodels, and we have to have it hooked up to dust collection, and when the dust chute gets clogged up, that thing just becomes it just shoots dust everywhere. It drives me insane. A lot of portable table saws I find do that. This thing, without active dust collection, expels almost all the dust out the dust chute. You can look inside, there's no buildup at all in there, which is wonderful. It doesn't get in your face, it doesn't get in your arms.
Any thoughts on the blade that it came with? Have you tried any other blades?
And it's an okay blade. I would like to see one of the new blades on their saw. That'd be nice. Actually, I tried, I ripped 5 foot 2x4 repetitively over and over again. I got about 45 cuts on a single charge, give or take. Yeah, 45. I mean, just taking off 3/16 at a time over and over again. Then I actually put a 7 1/4 blade in there to see if I could get more out of it. And actually, with a little smaller blade, I was still able to cut 1.5 inches, no problem. And got a little more performance out of it, a little more longevity. The biggest thing is depth of cut, but the way they engineered this, it'll cut 2 5/8, which your typical table saw will cut 3 1/8. So we're only talking a 1/2 inch. It isn't a huge deal, I mean, I use the table saws all the time, and I don't fully extend the blade that often, even on a 10 inch. So I find this will be more than capable on a job site like this.
Anything that you didn't like about it?
It drives me insane because the stops on that come on the stand, they always flex just a little bit. I find much more accuracy out of a sled like this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to say this is, I don't even know why they bothered.
Yeah.
If this was mine, I would just toss it. I would have tossed it right off the get-go. Yeah. It constantly falls off, and it drove me insane, actually.
Yeah, so like just making it longer.
Yeah, more useful. I mean, I get they're trying to keep everything lightweight and everything, but I would much rather I always build my own jigs anyway for stuff I'm going to do.
What are some of the best applications you found for this?
Where this thing would really shine is on the exterior trim of this building. We have layers and layers and layers of cedar trim and everything, and fascia and all the soffit plywood. And to be able to drag this thing around the building as we go is just invaluable. There's nothing worse than wrestling with cords, stretching out a 100-foot cord, 150-foot worth of cord. It just burns time. I can just take this to where the work is, so I definitely think this will be an asset to us.
That's great.
Thanks, AJ, for sharing your insider's look at the Milwaukee M18 fuel cordless table saw. For more power tool news, be sure to tune in every Friday right here on our YouTube channel for our Power Tool Weekend Review, where we continue to bring you all the news and updates from around the world of power tools. Subscribe now and click the bell so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.